Newton's first law of motion. We have discussed in the first part that a body under rest remains at rest and a body in motion continues in its motion unless acted upon by an external force. Some examples I have also given. Now, second part of the Newton's first law of motion deals with force, which is defined here. The external cause which changes or tends to change the initial position, shape, etc. of a body is called a force. It is the force which produces change in its position, shape, size or other thing. Thus, we have completed Newton's first law of motion. Now, some questions are given at the end of the book. Let us come to the next topic, momentum. The quantity of motion contained in the body is called momentum of the body. It is measured by the product of mass and velocity of the body. If P is momentum, then momentum P is equal to mass m into velocity v. P is equal to m into v or m. Unit of momentum is kg meter per second or Newton second. Newton into second. Its unit is kg meter s minus 1 or Newton second. Both are the units of momentum. And in second law, we shall discuss about the role of momentum. Newton's second law of motion. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force and acts in the same direction in which the force is applied. If m be the mass of the body moving with initial velocity u, and after application of the force it attains velocity v times t, and if acceleration produced va, then initial momentum of the body will be m into u, mu. Final momentum of the body will be mv. Therefore, change in momentum will be mv minus mu, and rate of change of momentum will be mv minus mu upon t. Now, according to Newton's second law of motion, F is proportional to mv minus mu upon t. That is, rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied force. We shall proceed further after it. F is proportional to m into v minus u upon t. As we know that rate of change of velocity is called acceleration, therefore v minus u upon t is a. Therefore, F is proportional to ma, or F is equal to k into ma, where k is a constant of the accelerator. If m is equal to 1 kg and a acceleration produces 1 meter per second square, and unit of force is chosen in such a way that is 1 unit, then K becomes 1. Therefore, F is equal to ma, that is force is equal to mass into acceleration. So, here we take, or it is taken, that unit of force is Newton in this case. F is equal to unit of force is Newton. Symbolically. So 1 Newton force is that which produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square when force acts upon a body of mass 1 kg. That is 1 Newton force, 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. This is unit of force, which is known as Newton. Other unit of force is dyne. 1 dyne is equal to 1 gram into 1 centimeter per second square. It is serious unit. Other units being gravitational, where G is used, gravitational units are also there, but here we shall consider for these units dyne and Newton, and one more relation is here. We can derive relation between Newton and dyne. 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square, which is 1000 gram into 100 centimeter per second square, which is equal to 1 lakh gram centimeter per second square, which is dyne. That is 10 to the power 5 dyne. So, this can be taken 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. So, we came up to second law of motion, and in our textbook, second chapter is on force and laws of motion. On page 55, questions are given. 55, 56 and 57, try to do it. After that second law, which we have done up to here, starts. We shall discuss further about the other things and some numerical problems about the laws. Then third law will come, and again a question bank is here on the pages 74, 75 and 76. So many questions are given in our textbook. We shall do slowly or gradually. So, application of Newton's second law of motion. A long jumper runs to some distance before a jump. It is because he acquires momentum, because momentum is product of mass and velocity of the body, and jumper when runs through some distance he acquires a greater velocity or some velocity, and his mass is constant, so due to more momentum he becomes able to perform a longer long jump. Similarly, in many cases if more hurt or more force is to be applied, then the body are thrown with some velocities because their masses are constant, and due to velocities which they acquire, momentum becomes higher and the work done or the application of force becomes more. In case of a cricket ball which is hidden by a player, if catches by another player, it hurts more. But to avoid the hurt, he during catch, as soon as ball comes in his hand, he pushes his hand through some distance back, by which it stops slowly and causes a less hurt. If he puts his hand in the same position and catches directly without snatching his hand back, then it will cause more hurt. So, quantity of motion is known as momentum in a body. Whenever there will be more quantity of momentum due to more velocity, the body will perform a greater work, more work. Let us do some numericals on Newton's second law of motion. A question is given in your book that a body of mass 5 kg is traveling with a velocity of 10 meter per second, and when a force is applied after 25 seconds, it attains a velocity of 35 meter per second. Calculate the force applied by the body. So here, acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. That is 35 minus 10 upon 25. That is 25 upon 25. That is 1 meter per second square. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is 5 kg. Acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Therefore, force applied on the body will be of 5 into 1, that is 5 Newton. Similarly, more numericals can be done on this formula. F is equal to ma. Remembering A is equal to V minus U upon T, and care should be taken that units must be in same system. If velocity is given in meter per second, the other must also be in meter per second. Otherwise, there will be some term kg meter per second, and which produces an acceleration in meter per second square. When kg, mass kg is multiplied with an acceleration in meter per second square, that is in SI system, then force will come in SI system, and its unit is Newton. Now Newton's third law of motion, it explains that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. To every action, all sorts of action are followed by an equal and opposite reaction. This is third law of motion. Here, in many cases, suppose if you are pressing this table by some force, table also presses you in opposite direction by an equal amount of force. If you press or if you push this wall you push back in opposite direction by an equal force. Many examples can be explained over here on third law of motion. The very important is that when a person jumps from a boat goes backward and man jumps forward on the bank. This is because while jumping off the boat, man applies force of action by his leg on the boat, and boat applies a force of reaction on the leg or on the man, so he becomes able to jump on the shore which is some distance forward, and due to reaction boat goes backward. This shows equal and opposite reaction. Recoil of the gun is also an example. When gun is fired, bullet which is fired forward, bullet has some mass and it requires a great velocity. Gun has a bigger mass, and so with a slower velocity or less velocity it recoils, but both action applied by the gun on the bullet and reaction produced by a bullet on the target of the gun are equal, and due to force of reaction gun recoils. So in daily life many examples can be seen on action and reaction. Newton explains here that action and reactions are equal and opposite. An example can be taken of two spring balances. If we take two spring balances, one hook of this balance is here. Suppose this is one balance, it is hooked somewhere and is clamped. Other spring balance is here with its hook here like this. One is over other. It is also clamped. It is escape. If both are pushed and clamped, they will show equal reading. Indicator on in both cases will give equal reading. Whatever will be reading, if more push is applied on both sides, again the reading will increase. This example shows that equal and opposite reactions takes place to every action. This is about Newton's third law. Then a very important thing is also here, law of conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum. It explains that when many bodies are in motion and come in contact with each other, the total momentum of the system remains constant. That is, the total initial momentum is equal to the total final momentum. Here wording in the book is given: when two or more bodies act upon one another, their total momentum remains constant or conserved, provided no external force acts on the system. So this is about law of conservation of momentum. We shall discuss some numerical problems on this third law and conservation of momentum or second law, and then we shall finish this chapter. A question is given: a gun of mass 3 kg again has a mass of 3 kg. A bullet of 30 grams is fired from this gun and then crosses the bullet and the force applied by the gun on the bullet. So here mass of gun is 3 kg, its initial velocity is 0, final velocity is to be calculated. Bullet has a mass of 3/100 kg. Time by which it crosses the barrel is 0.003 second. Velocity by which it is thrown out of the barrel is 100 meters per second. Initial velocity is 0. Here, by applying law of conservation of momentum, 3 into v dash the velocity by which the fluid barrel and 3 into 0 which is initial momentum of the gun. It is final momentum. Here, initial momentum of bullet is 3/100 into 100 meters per second. Final momentum and minus initial momentum is 3/100 into 0 because it is at rest. So here 3v dash is equal to 3. Therefore v dash is equal to 1 meter per second. That is, gun will recoil by a velocity of 1 meter per second. So as to calculate force, because we know that force is equal to mass into acceleration. Acceleration produced on the bullet is 100 minus 0 its velocity, initial velocity, upon the time taken by which it crosses the barrel and it comes 10 to the power 5 upon g. By putting here, we get 1000 Newton force is applied on the bullet by the gun. So this is all about this chapter, second chapter, force and laws of motion. Exercises are given in the book. Large number of questions are given. Try to do them, and if any problem, ask with me.